I'm Dave Carvajal. This is Thunder, Wisdom, and Insights with some of my favorite leaders on the planet. What motivates you? What has been your driving force, your noble cause?
So first of all, you have to remember where my wife and I came from. So my wife and I are second generation Holocaust survivors. My wife's parents had it much worse than my parents, are survivors of death camps, Auschwitz. And my parents are survivors of the war, my father in Hungary, my mother in a ghetto in Lithuania. From both sides, what they went through their life is just unbearable and unbelievable. And for them, the most important thing was for their kids to succeed and to live good life and to continue the tradition of what their families had. We both lost most of our families from both sides, so we didn't have a lot of relatives to begin with. So for me, first of all, my kids and next generation and being showing that we saw our family survived in spite of everything that they went through is something that is very, very important. And to begin with, this is something that is very, very important to me. And hopefully my kids will continue to, with that tradition, give it to their kids and so on. So that is the first thing that comes to mind about next generation and things that are important to me.
What drives you? What motivates you? What are the things in your life that really, are the driving force, your noble cause, maybe your noble purpose?
So there is education is very, very important to me. There is and helping kids get their first job. So today, for a kid that graduates from college, I think it's impossible to get a job unless you are the top 10% of a very good school. You get a job immediately. If you are not, and most kids are not, it's very, very hard for kids to get jobs. So I have helped, my wife is making fun of me right and left, but I've helped a lot of kids getting their first job. I will never forget the guy that helped me get my first job, and therefore it's stuck in my mind that it is something that is important. I also pay for some kids for their educations, which is, people that can't afford it, why not? I think that it is a very, very important cause. I am also heads of the Friends of the Ariel University in Israel in the US. It is a university that sits before what they called occupied territories, but it has 15,000 students, 1,500 Palestinians, and I believe that, you have to do your own efforts for coexistence in Israel, and this school is a good example for that. And we raised over $15 million for them for this year, which is up from $300,000 3 years ago. So there is a lot of things that I do that are not business related, but for me they are very, very important.